Well, Defense Secretary Ash Carter saying that this bill could be devastating to the U.S. military. What does South Dakota Republican Senator Mike Rounds think of that? Senator, that's what he's warning, that it's going to put U.S. interests with a big bullseye on them. What do you make of that?
Well, we think right now that there are protections built in. In many cases, we have troops in over 100 countries around the world. We already do a program called SOFA, which allows that we agree in advance what the guidelines are going to be if we allow those troops into the countries, and there's a protection there. That's one of the reasons why the president said that he took troops out of Iraq, was because we did not have an agreement with Iraq how they would respond in cases where our troops were accused of any problems within their country. So that already is a possibility, but we already have protections placed in those areas where those troops are stationed today.
All right, so with the commitment we have today that they're going to send more troops to the region regardless of this measure, are they in any more danger than they would have been?
We don't believe so, but that's one of the reasons why a group of us, a matter of fact, a very large group of us, also signed a letter to the sponsors of this legislation saying that if we do see problems developing, we're not going to be afraid to step in, and we would ask for their assistance in modifying it if that be the case. So we're prepared if there is a response that is not appropriate by some of our allies, or if there's misunderstandings that we can clarify. We're in a position to do that even as early as the lame duck session.
There's no way to gauge this, but the Saudis made a lot of threats when this was first being bandied about, sir, as you're aware. And one of them was that they might start selling, or at the very least stop buying, our Treasury debt. They're one of the biggest buyers of that debt, along with the likes of China, Japan, what have you. Are you worried about that they take it out on us economically?
Naturally, their diplomatic efforts is something that we'll have to watch. But at the same time, this does not in any way attach any of their assets that they wouldn't otherwise be attachable. This does not in any way change the way an attachment can be made to assets that are within the United States. So if they would have been found, or if they think there's a possibility that those could be attached, it is a separate issue and a separate proceeding, and this bill would have nothing to do with that. In the meantime, once again, if there are issues which the Saudis bring up, which we can amenably modify, we're open to those discussions. But at this stage of the game, this expansion of legislation regarding sovereign immunity is so limited in scope that I really don't think it's going to have that big of an impact.
Senator, thanks for taking the time.
Yes, sir.